Hey Esties, welcome to Tips, Tidbits, and what I call My Little Truths. I'm Janelle Garcia with Janelle Skin and founder of Esty Connection, a community just for the professional esthetician. And that's JENELL Garcia.com. So happy New Year. We're a month into 2017, and I want to ask you a couple quick questions. How are you feeling? How's your year going? And equally important, how did your year end? How did your Christmas promotion go? Did you get the numbers that you wanted? Do you feel like you're just bogged down with gift certificates this month? Are you scrambling to get a Valentine's Day promotion together? Well, I've dubbed January as Gentle January. I feel like it's a time to step back from the holiday hoopla, step away from, oh, it's a new year and we have all these things on our list that we have to do, and just reflect and look at what happened in the past, learn from it, mistakes and all, because those are our wealth of information. Data collecting is whatever mishaps in 2016. And 2017 needs to just be about ease and really being clear on how I want to operate my business for 2017. And I think lists are fabulous, but also how we're feeling and the energy that we're creating. So there's this burst of energy with hope and dreams and, clarity and excitement and newness of a new year. And then there's the bunk energy of, I should have done this, I didn't do this, I'm supposed to do this, oh, I have to do that. It's just too much. So I want to step back, circle back around to some of the things that we might have done over the holidays, or we certainly did at the beginning of the year with goals and everything else, and just revisit these lists with a new, fresh set of eyes to see where we can maybe do some shifts. So my first list is always my list of values. What's important to me? If I don't have this front and center when I am preparing to market and to look at how I want to conduct and operate my business, sometimes they can get pushed aside. As a primary breadwinner, as a sole proprietor, as a single mother back when I first started, it was pretty obvious that my values got pushed aside quite a bit. I felt like I had to just bowl forward, make a living, and I gave up so much, and it created a lot of unhappiness. And even though my business was thriving and doing very well, I've had to really take a look at how that's affected me as I've gotten into my 50s and loving my business and having a fabulous business and knowing that I need to keep those values front and center at this point in my life. The second list is all the important dates that I need to mark in my new pretty planner. I know you all have one. At least I hope you treated yourself to a new planner. And I'm not talking about just birthdays and anniversaries and days off and vacations. Yes, those are important dates. They have to be on your calendar. But I'm talking about when you're going to work on your business. If we don't schedule it in, the likelihood is it's not going to happen. When are you going to see clients? When are you going to take time out to get some education and to stay on top of your trade? So this is the time to not just mark those important dates into that pretty planner, but to actually get on the internet, look up when the trade show is, contact all your product reps and say, when's my next training? And if there's nothing new in the next 2 or 3 months, make an appointment for them to show up at your space and to give you some time to get you excited. Again, I want you to feel a burst with your business. And if we're not scheduling these things in, all of a sudden things get really scrambled. So important dates, and go that one step further to actually look up dates, mark out time. I've already got the trade shows I want to go to. I've already started with my education. My first class is coming up here in February. So you notice there weren't a lot of classes in January? Again, I think everybody's realizing that there's a way to get started and it doesn't have to be hitting the ground running. So your next list is your assets. We just tend to forget that there are a lot of ways that we make money. And here's the tip. We need to have 5 or almost up to 10, my business coach says, of actual reoccurring marketing promotions happening. So where do we start? I mean, we've got all the holidays and all the traditional ways that we market, but we have to plug in other stuff. We're not marketing enough estheticians, so be aware of that as you're looking at these lists. What I love about listing my assets, and don't forget blogs, newsletters, and memberships as well, because you don't want to just copy off your menu of services. I mean, that's fine, but you want to circle the top 3 that you want more of. What do you want to do more of? What really gives you that burst? What makes you feel good about being an esthetician? What do you want your clients to all jump on board with? And not just for financial reasons, it's what gets your juices going. Those are the 3 you should circle and start your marketing there. And they should be reoccurring all year long anyways, because it's a service that you're offering all the time, at least hopefully. So list those 3. And then take it one step further and look at your menu and think to yourself, what kind of makes me feel a little bit of that bunk? What drags you down? What services do you have on your menu that when somebody actually books it, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to do a microcurrent. There are a lot of you that don't like doing microcurrent. Or what is just that you don't want to do anymore? Might not be a bad idea to just remove it. I know it makes you money, but is it really where you want your focus? And if it doesn't feel good, the authenticity and the ease of promoting it and marketing it, I mean, you know how contagious it is when you are behind something with so much vigor and vim and excitement. So get rid of it. It's just yucky stuff. The next 2 lists are easy. You did your personal goals, I know, probably during the holidays or at the first of the year with your New Year's resolution. And I'm sure you had some professional goals as well. Those are great. And remember, personal, professional, they cross over, they go hand in hand, and they do affect each other. Your business affects your personal life. Your personal life affects your business life. So when you're thinking that they don't necessarily apply, they do. And here's another challenge around your personal goals. I want to do a challenge around this, so stay tuned for this because I think it's a good one, and I know it has served me very well. Take one of your hobbies and do an actual event or marketing promotion around it. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, that has nothing to do with skin. I promise you, it's an impactful way to market, and if you want more information about it, stay tuned because I think it's very impactful. And like I said, just to give you a little hint, some of my best clients came from my book club, just to let you know. The last list that I think is super, super important, so don't take it lightly because I know how we get with these lists. We start adding and we get excited, and then if we complete something and we can check it off, there's this energy behind that. Some list, instead of checking it off because you completed it, some lists you just need to remove it altogether. Just like that menu with the bunk and the burst. What do you really need to be doing in your business? How about a stop doing list? What no longer serves you? What no longer is working? What can you actually delegate? These are just fun lists, ladies. So I want you to just have fun with them. Really look at that. Once you get these lists down, it's going to be really easy to start really truly making fun, exciting plans for your marketing promotions for 2017. Listen, I'm your advocate. I'm not here to tell you that you're doing something right or wrong. I just want to give you my experience of how these lists serve me year after year after year. And I don't just look at these lists in January. I look at them in February, March, April, May. I love this course correct or circling back around because you know we can't do it all. But we can write it all down and we can attempt to do it. But again, what's giving you the burst? I want you to feel good and have a fabulous 2017. So as always, I want to know if this has helped you, if it has served you at all. I want your feedback because again, I want to be your advocate. So celebrate every time you look in the mirror and stay inspired.